Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve our skillrack daily challenge using Python programming language. Before going to logic, if you didn't subscribe to our channel, then subscribe right now and make our work more meaningful. First, to understand our question, the program has to accept the integer R and C as the input, representing the number of rows and columns, and then the integer matrix of size, that is of size R cross C, and then it has to accept the integer x, and then after getting all our inputs we are going to print the integer in xth top, that is we are going to print the integers that are in the diagonal from the xth top right, that is from the xth top left to the bottom right diagonal as output. You will be clear when you see the test case. So we have to get our inputs, the number of rows and columns, and then the integer matrix, and then the integer x, and print the integer in xth top left to bottom right diagonal as the output. Now we'll take our first test case. So in this test case, we have 6 rows and 5 columns, and the integer x is 7. So we have to print the 7th diagonal as the output. So the diagonals present in this test case will be starting from 32. So the first diagonal is 32, and the second diagonal is 93 and 73, and the third diagonal is 19, 70 and 36, and the fourth diagonal is 39, 33, 80, 69, and the fifth diagonal is 48, 28, 35, 59 and 83, and the sixth diagonal is 89, 30, 18, 91 and 60, and the seventh diagonal is 56, 71, 75 and 95. So we have to print the seventh diagonal as the output. So these four integers will be our output, that is 56, 71, 75 and 95. So this will be our output for this test case, and we'll take our another test case. So in this test case we have 3 rows and 3 columns, and the integer x is 5 here. So we have to print the fifth diagonal. So 7 is the first diagonal, then 4, 8 is the second diagonal, then third diagonal is 1, 5, 9, and fourth diagonal is 2 and 6, and fifth diagonal is 3. So 3 will be our output. So the logic involved in this program will be, we'll explain with this test case. So here we have the integer x as 7. So what we'll be doing is, row will be equal to r minus 1, and for column it will be equal to 0. So once the rows are completed, that is when rows become 0, column iteration will be started. So here in this test case we have integer x as 7. So rows will be starting from r minus 1. So when they become 0, that is after 89 they become 0, and after that the column iteration will be started. So we'll get the required integers for our output. So if row is equal to 5, the column is equal to 0 means, so from 5 it will be decremented to 4, then it again will be decremented to 3, then it will be decremented to 2, then it will be 1, and after reaching 0, so once it reaches 0, the column will be incremented by 1 so that we can access the next integer. That is, when column becomes 1, you can able to access the integers that are in this side, that is 56, and the diagonals can be accessed easily. So this is the logic involved. Let's solve this program in C programming language. So here we have the bounded array. So this is the size of the array and the integer array. And then we have the main program, that is, we are getting the inputs R, C and X, and we are getting the integer matrix of size R cross C, and then here we are getting the integer X, and here we are passing it the function get X diagonal with R, C matrix and X. So our task is to define this function get X diagonal. So first what we have to do is we have to allocate memory using the malloc. So size of bounded array, and then we are having the integer array. So B array will be, so the malloc, using the malloc we are again initializing the memory for the size of the integer and R plus C, and here we have B array size equal to 0, and the integer row will be equal to R minus 1 and column equal to 0 as I said previously, and then the iteration will be starting over from there, that is 32. So we'll be iterating from CTR equal to 1 to CTR less than X, CTR plus plus, and inside it we are going to check whether if row is equal to 0. So as I said, once row becomes 0, then column iteration will be started. So column will be incremented, and in the else part, so in the else part we'll have the row decrementation. That is, when row is not equal to 0, they will be decremented. And here we have a while loop where row lesser than R and the column is lesser than C is the condition, and here we'll have the B array to array of B array to size plus plus, and which is equal to the matrix of row plus plus and column plus plus. Finally we'll return B array. So this will be our program.